We're going to ask you a series of questions where you only have 5 or 10 seconds to answer them. Okay, they're random questions. Some of them are random, some of them are specifically designed for Dr. Jinan. Are you ready to go? I know it's very early where you are, but it's inshallah, this will set your day up for success if you can get these correct. Number 1, who's your favorite reciter of the Quran?
Al-Afasi, Bishar Al-Afasi.
Fair enough. Tick. The last book that you were reading?
The last book that I finished reading was In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts by Gabor Mate. And it's actually a very, very good book. I think everyone should read it.
Sounds very serious. Your dream breakfast, where you live, you've got like a million different restaurants from all around the world. But if you were to choose one, that's it. I've got guests coming from overseas. They have to taste this. What is it?
Oh, for sure, Palestinian breakfast, like za'atar and zayt zaytoon, olive oil and all of that, and halloum, for sure. Yeah, that's an easy question.
And if you were to have dinner with one person who's alive, who would it be?
Sheikh Akram Nadwi.
You studied under Sheikh Akram.
Yeah.
Why is it that you want to have dinner with him?
Well, because I haven't seen him in person for so many years, since 2017, even though now alhamdulillah, we're doing online classes. But you, mashallah, he's a treasure, and you get so much from him just from sitting with him. So that's, he's the first person that came to mind, honestly.
طيب, our team, alhamdulillah, they did their due diligence and they stalked you on Instagram. And a lot of your pictures are of oceans and seas and rivers and really beautiful picturesque posts. Is there something about water that inspires you or has an effect on you?
Yes, subhanAllah, that's such an interesting question. Yes, I mean, I think subhanAllah, I guess for me, it connects me to Allah. It's so beautiful and so rich and so vast. And it does actually give me salam. Like anytime if I'm actually stressed, I will go out by the sea and just like reflect and like do the adhkar just by that. That's like my ideal kind of.
SubhanAllah, I was sitting in a cave once with someone. And
you don't hear that all the time. I was sitting in a cave with someone.
We're in Australia. We've got everything. Okay. And the waves were bashing against the cave, and the guy he started getting really emotional. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, in this life, everything is imperfect, everything, and the one thing that is still perfect is nature, and it doesn't lie. And so it's a reflection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, subhanAllah. What is the name of Allah that you use most in your dua? As someone who studied the 99 names, what is the one name that you use the most?
I think recently, so honestly, it differs in different stages of my life, but I think more recently right now it's Al-Kareem. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being like the most noble, the most generous, because we're all in need of this generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And generosity is, giving above and beyond, what you expect. And coming from a place of nobility and knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't turn you away. And so calling on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala al-Kareem, knowing that, Ya Allah, you can't disappoint. And not only do you not disappoint, like everything is above and beyond. So, Ya Kareem, so when I ask something, I know that I'm asking from the one who's the most generous, who will not disappoint, who will give above and beyond, and who never ever turns away like somebody who's seeking him.
Jazakallah khair. One final question. You've written a book about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's names. If you were to pause everything you're doing right now, your job, your work, your studies, and you had unlimited time and resources to focus on another book, what would it be?
It would be on the... I'm thinking of two books, to be honest with you. But okay, so
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so the first one is actually a mini version of the names of Allah, kind of taking out the central themes because it's 500 pages, and so kind of just really distilling that into how can we connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and just focusing on certain of his names. The other one is actually, you know, the principles from the life of the Prophet ﷺ. And this is something actually I've been thinking about for a while. So when you say to drop everything, I would love to drop everything and just work on those two projects. That would be the dream. That would be the dream, inshallah.
Inshallah, you get the chance to do that, and
Ameen.
we'd love to see the final work. Thank you so much, Dr. Jinan, for your time. And those who haven't read the article about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name as Salam, it's on Yaqeen Institute's website, yaqeeninstitute.org. It's called Seeking the Source of Peace, Allah's name as As-Salam. Jazakallah khair.
وإياكم جزاكم الله خيرا. Thank you so much for having me and for these wonderful questions. Thank you.
Barakallah fiki.